Hello and welcome to Coping with Donald. Here's my notes. This is my second time around here coping with Donald because the first one got a little too negative. It was a little too negative, and we're here to cope with Donald. Boy, oh boy. Many of Donald Trump's words have been taken off. His transcripted words have been taken off the White House site. And that's because they're nonsensical many times, rambling, off the point, crazy, mean. I think that says it all about what even the people that work with him think about his words. At the recent commencement address for the I think it was the, I don't know if it was the Air Force or the Army, but one of the academies had their graduation. Trump attended. He made a speech. And he talked about, for one thing, nobody wanted to join the military during the Biden years. Well, the class, most of the Army cadets, I think it's almost mandatory they graduate in 4 years. I don't think they'll keep you if you fall behind your studies, but that class would have started schooling in September of 2020 when Joe Biden was president. And for the next three classes will be the same way. They will have all signed up when Joe Biden was president. And he's there saying nobody wanted to join when Biden was president, with them standing right behind him. You know what? I don't even attribute that to being dumb. I just attribute that to he's going to say whatever benefits him at the time. Total lie or not, researched or not, whether he believes it or not. Just to keep misleading you, keep you off the case. He also talked about trophy wives. I don't think the First Lady was there. Missing trophy wife. Talk about not being self-aware. He said trophy wives, they don't often work out. They don't work out all the time. Is that a confession? What was that? Okay, so in the big beautiful bill, which I got an intro here, as we careen to a much more poor society financially, economically, for the masses, in our increasingly strong fascist oligarchy state. They proposed that everybody who has a baby gets a $1,000 savings account for that baby. Oh my gosh. That's like so insulting. That's like somebody asked you, for $1 for a cup of coffee and they flip you a dime. What kind of, uneducated, yeah, that's us. But what kind of, oh man. What kind of bootlickers, cheap ladies of the night do they think we are? $1,000 for a child savings account. That'll do it. That's enough. You'll see babies all over the place. Why do they even want babies? They don't want to contribute to the health of children. They cancel children's cancer research. They want to cut Medicaid. So many children are on Medicaid. And Mike Johnson comes out and says, oh, we want the states to pick up the ball on Medicaid, and that way they'll fight the fraud. That's what we're doing. You think that Oklahoma and Alabama and Mississippi and such states are going to take over the payments for Medicaid. You really think that? You really think that, Mike? Man, they lie to your face. It's unbelievable. But anyway, yeah, the big beautiful bill is terrible. We know it's terrible. We know that it removes checks and balances. It condenses more power into the executive branch. It's anti everything this country was founded on, to at least try to represent people. And don't get your hopes up on senators such as Ron Johnson and Rand Paul voting against it and keeping it from going through, because, to be honest, they're upset with it because it doesn't cut enough. They're like, yeah, we can't pass this on to our children. Look at all this debt, blah, 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 blah. They didn't say anything about keeping the tax rates higher for rich people, okay? That means whatever we can find that helps people, that helps the needy, we are going to try to take it out. I haven't crunched any numbers on this, okay? But what if we took everything out, including Social Security and Medicare? Now, theoretically, you wouldn't be able to collect the Social Security tax or the Medicare tax from people or companies anymore. Without that, you've got military, you've got ICE, federal prisons, etc., paying the interest on the debt, and then paying what needs to be paid to keep government buildings open, like the White House, etc., etc. Do we even collect enough revenue to pay for that? Wouldn't we still have a deficit? I think we would just about barely be able to pay that off, and then those guys would say, and we've made the U.S. great for our children. You're going to have so many kids without medical care. You're going to have people that are food insecure. You're basically going to have no future for anybody elderly. Think about that. Is that what they would consider success, these Republicans? But we're paying off our bills every year. Oh, good for you. It's hard to pledge allegiance to this flag anymore, isn't it, folks? Allegiance. I remember there was a movie with Kevin Kline, and he looked a lot like the president. So when the president had a stroke, the power bosses like the Stephen Millers of today and all, they brought in this Kevin Kline guy to be a fake president. He would do everything they told him to do. Okay? And basically they could keep everything going the way it was. And in the movie, the bodyguard to the president, who knows he's not the president, he knows he's a fake guy, Kevin Kline, the president, asks him, would you take a bullet for me? And the guy looks at him like he's crazy. And that's how I feel about pledging allegiance to the flag, because it's not the same flag. In fact, if we ever get our country back to a real democratic republic, again, with checks and balances, etc., and it's halfway decent to the people, maybe we should get a new flag. Just a thought. As you try to cope with this, this is actually the positive version. More positive than the one I had before. That's how bad things are. This has been Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. You have as good a day as you can possibly have.